What in the name of evil happened to Michigan? Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She recently signed bills establishing the minimum age of consent for marriage to be 18. Great. But she has also promoted irreversible gender transition procedures and abortion as she caters to the Planned Parenthood agenda. Details coming up. I'm David Fiorazzo, and this is Christ and Culture. Talking like a true feminist, Whitmer seems to believe marriage is a form of, abuse. And if young women get married, they may not have fulfilling careers. She must be a fan of Margaret Sanger, no doubt. So the governor also claimed one of her top priorities is to keep Michiganders safe and healthy. But these days, we have to define what they mean by safe and healthy. According to the radical left, help them explain that, because what they're doing is morally unsafe and unhealthy. For example, Planned Parenthood thrives on abortion and the promotion of sexual activity and experimentation. To minors, they promote this. They have dramatically increased their business practices now to provide puberty blockers and increase the number of gender transition procedures. But it's all about women's health, of course. Joshua Arnold also writes, at the Washington Stand, he said people in the deep blue state of Michigan seem to be supporting this. Quote, Michigan voters in 2022 approved a ballot proposal 3, that may have enshrined gender transition procedures on children in the state constitution. And this was argued by conservative legal analyst Margot Cleveland. Ostensibly about abortion, the proposal grants every individual, regardless of age or parental consent, a fundamental right to reproductive freedom, including but not limited to sterilization and infertility care. The squirrely language was crafted by Planned Parenthood and left-wing backers, said Cleveland. So we also know more today about puberty blockers, also known as hormone therapy, and that cross-sex hormones can and have caused irreversible infertility damage in countless people. Sadly, but interestingly, we are learning of more detransitioners. They have sued practitioners who perform transition procedures on them while they were minors. And yet Governor Gretchen Whitmer said that she went after those who used their power to prey on young people when she was a prosecutor. She said she did this. She claimed that as governor, she is proud to sign legislation to strengthen protections for children. And yet she not only vowed to fight like hell to get Proposal 3 passed, Whitmer ordered her state departments and agencies to implement it systematically and ensure that reproductive freedom, you got to put those in quotes, meaning abortion services, as well as gender transitions for minors, is secured for all Michigan residents, including minors. So Whitmer has also signed legislation banning conversion therapy, of course, that's counseling for any sexually confused or unhappy children who may be considering that they are not LGBTQ after all. Can't do that in Michigan. But it's not just Whitmer. Her Attorney General, Dana Nessel, has filed a brief against laws protecting minors from gender transition procedures. Just last week, the Michigan Supreme Court adopted a rule requiring lawyers to refer to persons' gender identity and preferred pronouns instead of their real sex. On the one hand, Michigan leaders claim they want to protect people, but the same leaders endorse dangerous trans procedures for children. Really? So back at the Washington Stand, Joshua Arnold adds that the Democrat ideology ends up, quote, locking them into a lifetime of drugs and therapy, likely including permanent infertility and sterilization, irreversible physical changes. So once again, what we're seeing plague our country is an open attack on the image of God in mankind. Those pushing the agenda of death wish to decrease and limit the population. To them, the number of human beings on earth is just way too high. And deceived young people have had healthy organs surgically removed and today many suffer from lifelong complications. So the question is, how is this considered protecting children? It's not. They have redefined the terms and meanings, calling evil good. Haven't they overplayed their hand? Because it's not just Michigan, but the whole country, even in some red states. This delusion is colorblind. It'll be in every state to some degree. When will it reach a point where people will not only catch on, but shout, enough, and resist? God bless you, and keep speaking the truth about things that matter.